Now we want to have a look at the Boolean modifier. This is a technique of either adding or subtracting one shape from another shape. So I've added a cube, and I'm going to add another cube, move it off to one side. Now what I want to do here is subtract the one cube from the other to make different shapes. So in fact this cube I've just added, I'm going to scale a little bit bigger and then move it. Let me move out of it so I can see what I'm doing. Place it on top of the little cube. Now what I want to do is subtract this cube from this cube, and that's known as a Boolean. So I select the one I want to work with, and this is why we keep this panel, is because the spanner icon is the modifier icon, and under modifiers there's a whole range of things to do, but we're just working with Boolean at the moment. So select Boolean and you get this panel come up, and we've selected that cube. It is that cube, so our big cube is cube 001, and we need to select what you want to use as the Boolean. So cube 001, that's the big cube, and we can see that that has disappeared because on this drop down menu you get 3 selections. That will be the difference of that from that, obviously. The union of the two, they would now be both stuck together. If we apply it in the intersection, it would only be the intersection between the two that we end up with. So I actually want to show us the difference, and I then go apply. So all of this has been done in object mode. If I now select this, and up here there's a little eye watching you. If you click on the eye, it takes it out of the scene. You can see the big cube has been subtracted from the little cube. Now this is a really good way of doing quite geometric type modeling. You can subtract spheres from spheres as well, so it can be very organic as well, but this is particularly good for geometric modeling. Now another keyboard shortcut is if you just press Z on its own, we go to wireframe. So that's seeing the surface, and that's the wireframe. So if I switch on our big cube again, you can see originally we had 2 cubes and the wireframe is intersected one onto the other. Alright, so I'm selecting our big cube, and I'm now going to scale it down a little bit. View top. And let's move it to the back here somewhere. Put it into there. And then the red is the x-axis, so I'm now going to scale it, make it a bit longer on the x-axis. Further. Right. Now what I want to do is join this cube onto our first cube. So again, I will select our first cube, add modifier, go to Boolean, select the long cube as the object, and intersected would only be the negative space. I this time want to do union and apply. So now in actual fact that cube still remains in the scene. If I take that away, you can see, and now I go to wireframe, so I press the Z for wireframe. There's that one. But now you can see that the new wireframe has been added with this joined in. And all of this has been done in object mode. If we go over to edit mode, you can see the objects are separated out that you edit one at a time. So I need to go back into object mode to select this one, and then I can go in, and you've got all the vertices as before. Any one of these vertices can be selected and edited, and you can go in and out of wireframe in either edit mode or in object mode. Right, so once again you have another object that could be ready to go off to the printer. You can quite see that this gets very complex. We started adding other shapes to it. I've selected my original shape. We now have the sphere here. Over in modifiers, hit the Boolean again. Now this time, rather than selecting the cube that is sitting off to the side here, I select the sphere, and I want the difference, and apply it. And so now if I take away G for grab, take that away, you can see that the mark of the sphere has been left sitting in there. Select the sphere and take that away, rather leaving this sitting on our print bed. That's Boolean modeling.